Hey there, Jinkies people! Orlando here with another contemplation of the Jinkies that are transiting us. So it's time for the 25th Jinky and the 46th Jinky, with 25th with the constriction, acceptance, and universal love as shadow, gift, and siddhi, and the 46th Jinky with seriousness, delight, and ecstasy as shadow, gift, and siddhi. In these last days, I had very profound revelation about these two and how we can all improve our life using them. So if you are interested in these two jinkies or in life, in having a good life, I feel that this contemplation will help you. So how I'm doing these contemplations is, I don't know if you know this, a pair of jinkies are transiting for like almost 6 days. And I stay like 4 or maybe 5 days and just to feel the energy, and then I write a contemplation about what I feel and what I felt and what was the message for me in that period. And after that, I write a lengthy contemplation in Romanian, and then I record a resume for international Jinkies people. So I'm going to go right into it. The 25th Jinki, that is transiting right now in the position of the sun, is about, of course, the gift of acceptance. And we really need acceptance to live together, to live in a community. We can't really live together if we don't accept each other. So I found out, I had another revelation about 3 culprits. Maybe there are more, but these 3 came up to me. 3 culprits that deny our acceptance, make us more fearful. Is envy, is jealousy, and is possessiveness, or I don't know how to say it in English, but it's possessivity. Possessiveness. To have. Yeah. So envy is like hating hating others because they have what you don't have. Jealousy is being fearful of losing what we think we have, and possessiveness is when we try to hold on to things or people that aren't right for us. And these 2 culprits, they're like a barrier, and it isn't like only in relationships. When I'm talking about jealousy or envy, it's not really only in relationships, but everywhere. Money, jobs, you can find them everywhere. Yeah. So this make us more to act from fear. Yeah, and this make us very serious. The shadow of the 46 Jinki. We've all seen how some people that work in multinational companies act, and they are so serious and they are so constricted and fearful and manifesting envy, manifesting jealousy, manifesting also possessiveness. Please correct me if I'm not saying it right, the last one. This is why it is very important to raise our frequency level. If you know the map of consciousness from David Hawkins, the level of acceptance at the 25th Jinki is a high level of consciousness, and it's and of course is one where we create reality. When we don't destroy, we create reality from courage and above courage. It's courage, it's neutrality, it's availability, and then is acceptance. I think I've got them right. And after acceptance is understanding. And after understanding is love. But I feel love, joy, peace, and illumination are like non-dual. The dual, the ones that we encounter in duality, are from courage to understanding. And so acceptance is a high level of consciousness. And if we stabilize, and what means stabilize in a level of consciousness, is the place where we get back when we fall, or when we, because stabilizing into a level of consciousness is not like being locked on to that level and never leave it. Oh no, we go, we go up, we go down. But the level where we've stabilized is the level we call home, where we get back from when we fall or when we're, super high. So this is why people that are in low levels, are living stabilized in low levels of consciousness, like shame, guilt, suffering, fear, fury, pride. I said shame again earlier. When they, like when they go up and they feel joy, they go very down when they, when they get back to where they were. So this is why it's very important to do our work in this lifetime, because doing our work is going more and going up, on this scale. And so we get more open, we get more vulnerable, we feel life more. So from acceptance, we really accept our role in life. We really accept, we don't try to steal others' role, that is from envy. We aren't fearful of losing our role, because it's our role. Nobody can steal us, our essence. This is jealousy, it's from jealousy. And we don't try to hold on to things or people that aren't right for us. Because we don't try to hold on to anything, because we know, we accept that everything is right. If someone wants to get out of our life, yeah, great. It's, of course, we can be sad about that, but it's life telling us, okay, you're going, this breakup or this separation will get you higher on that level of perception. So I've entered my journey on or spiritual journey after a very hard breakup for me. And when I was there in that pit, was very down. I felt, I didn't feel what I feel now, because now I'm grateful that it happened. Because from there I could rise, and to really understand what was happening to me, and why I was dependent to some relationships, and why I put my hopes up in a relationship that wasn't going anywhere, apparently. So right now I can really be at peace with that. But in that period of time, I was very, angry and very furious and sad. And I didn't really have, it was like 2 or 3 months that I was, asking why this happened to me. But in that period of time, the 46th Jinki helped me a lot, because I have the 46th Jinki as my SQ. And the 46 is very important because it's about serendipity. It's about luck. So what happened to me in that period of time is like I felt so down that it made me just let go, let go of expectations, but not let go in a defeatist way. No, just let go, because I said, okay, I can't do anything more about it. So I just, fell so down that I got some, paradoxical, I was falling, and after that I woke up like I was very high. So for a few months, reality responded to me as I wished. So if I wanted something, it was materialized almost instantly. So I've asked myself if I could love again, and I received, like, I don't know, in 10 days, it was like, I can't really remember the numbers, but it was like 5 women and 3 guys that proposed some things to me, So yeah, so this is serendipity. This is like when we just accept things, life provides. So we enter into that state of where we are like creating our reality. After those months, I couldn't really get into that state again. I know I'm creating my reality. I see how I create my reality, but in that period of time was like very fast. It's like I wanted something, and it was there. So it's like I manifested things. So I wanted an umbrella. Because it was really raining outside, and I was in this Zen situation, and I said to myself, hey, an umbrella will come to me, I know. And after I got out of the office because I was at work, a colleague that shouldn't be at that hour because it was past the time where my colleagues left. But that colleague came with a very huge umbrella. So I went with him. He asked me if I want to go. And I said, of course, you have a very big umbrella. I really like that. And so when I got to the metro station, when we were in the elevator was an umbrella. So, it was like that. I asked myself a question, and I got home, and the voice said, open that book that I never seen before. It wasn't even my book. It was there. I said, and that voice said, you will have the answer to your question. And it was in that book when I opened it. So miraculous things happen from this acceptance, So what I was doing from that moment until now is just understanding life, understanding how to really live, in this collaboration with life. Because when we act from fear, because we have fear, we've inherited fear from our ancestors. So we have fear, we have jealousy, we have envy, we have possessiveness, we have all this, but how we manage them, this is our responsibility, because we can't unfeel what we feel. We feel it from the whole, from the collective. And it's just, and it just comes to us, and we pick it up in one moment, maybe when we're down, and we feel it. How we act from it, that is a very different, story. So we all have fear, but if we act from fear, if we act from jealousy, if we act from envy and other things, really can't make our life better, because we'll destroy our life. Because when we act from level of consciousness that is above courage, if we act from shame, if we act from guilt, if we act from fear, if we act from fury and pride and others, suffering, then we just create a bigger problem. Because these are called the levels of destruction. And okay, let me tell you, because I've told you like my story until now with these 2 jinkies, but let me tell you the most important revelation that came to me in this period. And of course, it came to the 46th. The 25th was there. They're partners. You can't really separate one another. So if you want to contemplate the Jinki, you must contemplate also the programming partner. This is a very important thing for me, because if I just contemplate one without the other, I really can't understand the whole picture. So it's about saturation. What came up to me, it's about how we try to fill ourselves up. To be saturated, to be full of food, full of liquids, or alcohol, full of love, full of sex, that we have that saturation meter and we want to be full, and what came up is that if we feel saturated, if we have enough with everything, with anything in life, we can't really feel life, because then we're just in a period where if you eat too much, you'll have a period of some hours or maybe a day that you won't feel well. You won't have energy. You'll just want to maybe sit, but sitting will be, like, or when you drink too much alcohol, when you have too much sex, or for men when they ejaculate or ejaculate too much. So this is why, if we fill up our saturation meter, if we feel full, we're just like fed up with life. If we want to really live fully, we mustn't fill that saturation meter. And I know Richard told this or something like this in the 35th Jinki with the shadow of hunger. But I feel it's also about these two Jinkis, because it's about delight, the 46th Jinki, and how we delight in the pleasures of life. So if we just sip, if we just because our bodies have this internal buzzer that says that's enough. Okay, so if we really listen to that's enough, we really can enjoy everything. But if we go overboard and we eat too much, we sleep too much, maybe, or maybe we go into spiritual practice too much. When we have too much of anything, we really can't enjoy life. We really can't feel this delight, because delight is about motivating you to go forward, to not being fed up with anything. So the central message for me, for these two Jinkis in this period of time, is about how we try to be full, and because we're fearful that tomorrow we won't have. And this is from our ancestors. This is an inheritance. In Romania, where I live, if you go to someone's house, that person, you have lots of chances that person will put very much food and wine and to eat. And some guests, some people that receive guests in Romania will get furious if you don't eat. They'll say it's an affront. It's like you aren't treating me well because I'm treating you well. So I've seen this in Romania, and of course it's all over the world. This practice, but if we have too much, then we can't really enjoy that. A good dialogue with that person. So if I eat or drink too much, I really can't enjoy who I'm with. But if I have a little, just pick up things and maybe enjoy some alcohol, because 46 Jinki, alcohol is good. Everything is good. Ecstatics take everything. And for the 46 Jinki is about experience. It's about the experiential way to see what works for us and what doesn't work. For some people, alcohol works. For other people, alcohol doesn't work. We're different. So if we just hear that buzzer and say, okay, you've had enough. It's don't go overboard, because from this you'll feel saturated. And if we hear that buzzer and listen to it, we really have a very good time with anyone. It's like also sex and sleep. And if we have too much sleep, the next day we'll be tired. We won't feel. But if we have just the right amount of sleep, that is excellent. Then we'll feel motivated, and then we'll feel, okay, I'm ready to go. So this is my message for everyone. Delight in the wonders of the earth, but don't get full. Don't get into that trap that you don't have enough, or there isn't enough love, because the CD of the 25th Jinki is universal love. There is enough love for everyone. So you'll have also love tomorrow, but you have to feel it. And to feel love, you have to feel well. Because if we don't feel well, it's very hard to feel love. So if we have too much of anything, we'll just be fed up. So enjoy with moderation. Everything with moderation, and taste life. And this is how we really really can go into accepting ourselves and accepting other people, because it's also in English there is this saying, I'm fed up with this person, or I'm fed up with that other person. So when we taste them with moderation, then we really accept them. We really have this, we'll be in this position that we can accept that person. But if we have too much, if we stay in the same house with someone like a month, and we just stay in the same room, and we don't, and we'll be fed up with that person. Yeah, this is why we need diversity. And because we have different roles. Even if we are together in a couple, we have different roles. And as I said in the beginning, acceptance is about accepting one's role, accepting one's life, accepting that everyone has his or her place, and accept that sometimes people come and go, situations come and go, money come and go. But if you trust, you'll see that if something goes out of your life, something better for you in that moment will come. And this is from acceptance. This is from delight. This is from serendipity. So we shouldn't be fearful, or we shouldn't act from fear, because life takes care of us. So I really am doing my best to live my life this way without forcing myself to live my life this way, but just seeing how I integrated stuff, and then I accept. And when I accept, and I want to tell you another thing about people that are trying to find the perfect partner in their life, to be filled from that partner. So this is a lost cause. There isn't a perfect partner. Maybe there is a well-suited partner, or of course there are many well-suited partners, but there isn't a perfect partner, because if we look for the perfect partner, we'll find out, even if we are with someone that we think is the perfect one, we'll find out that that person has, or has some flaws, or something that we don't like. Or maybe that person has a role that we don't like, and has a role that gets us, not close but far. So it isn't about being full. Also in relationships, it isn't about being full. It's about accepting with who you are, because we can love everyone. Universal love. Of course. We are human, we're imperfect, so I have to accept that I can't really, be with everyone in a relationship. But as I work with the Jinkis, with other tools that help me decondition my mind, I feel that I can really accept more and more people, and perceive reality, more diversely. And so. People that I rejected in the past are now very important people for me in my life. And it's all because of acceptance, and because there is enough love for everyone. And if we really understand that there is not enough love for everyone, we understand that life really provides, because love is expressed through money, through relationships, through help, but we have to accept it. Because if we don't accept help, life tries to help us, but if we say no, and there are lots of stubborn people that say no, I can do it all by myself. No, I don't need help, because because they're serious. Life is there, but if you don't accept what life gives you, and you are stubborn, it is very hard. So I really wish to you to be in acceptance and be in communion, because I want to end with this. If we are going to get through these years that will come, we really have to work together, and to work together first in our in our self and in our families, and after that in our communities, or maybe build communities where everyone has an innate role, not in a business model, not like in the business model, but based on native genius and what that person's abilities are. And if we do this, and we can do this from acceptance, and if we do this, we really create a better world from the individual. We go, because if we try to change society from the whole to the one, it's very hard. So we start from the one, and then we go up, and this will spread through the world, and then we'll make the world a better place for us and for the ones who will come or are already here and are very young. So I wish you all the love. I wish you to accept, and I wish you to contemplate the big three culprits: envy, jealousy, and possessiveness. And the third one, and what we're trying to hold on to, and isn't well suited for us. So where are you not accepting the help from life that wants to get that out of your way, and you are opposed, you oppose yourself to that, you oppose yourself to life. So see you next time, maybe in 4, 5, 6 days with the next contemplation. Bye bye.